Greetings, mortals! It is I, Lord Moch, aka Caleb, and welcome to another new episode of Homebrew Heist, where we go onto the depths of the internet and find some homebrew to raid and take for our own and bring to our games. Always with the permission of those lovely people who created them, and always in the essence to share and love the treasures that they create. And this week we will be discussing the lovely Hombrewlesbian and her amazing creations. If you want to find her, you can find her at tumblr.com/hombrewlesbian. I will put that information in the description so you can have that. But today we are talking about the Atramentist. Now, this is very, very big for me because I created this character right here that you guys can see on screen. His name is Bendis Silverhearts, and he is. I never really had a class for him. I just knew that I wanted like spells tattooed on my body, but not in the way of lettering, but in the way of like you see, you can see the bird getting ready to fly off of his skin. I was thinking that could be summoned familiar. And, you know, just cool ideas like that. And this is a perfect subclass for him. So, I will definitely be making this character when I get it done and everything's made out. Hopefully I'll be able to play him. But I will share the character sheet on one of my social media websites and let you guys take a peek at that. Bendis Silverheart is a dwarf. I love dwarves. Dwarves are one of my favorite races. And I am looking forward to trying this out. But let's go ahead and get into it. Again, thank you so much, Homebrewlesbian, for letting me go over some of your stuff. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the review. Let's get into it. Atramentist are few and far in between. These unique wizards choose, instead of using a spellbook, to tattoo their body with the secrets to the arcane they seek to master. It is rare to find an Atramentist, and those who do typically think themselves the inventor of this newfound form of wizardry, or are formally the apprentice of another Atramentist. So I really like this idea where everybody thinks they're the first, because, you know, maybe they're probably few and far between. To be honest, because who is really like going around tattooing spells on them, really, to be honest with you. But I like the idea. I thought it was really cool. When you take this class at 2nd level, you get the following effects: Tattoo Savant and Arcane Canvas. This is a wizard subclass, so you know. Well, hold on a minute, let me get this. There we go, so I can scroll this up here. At 2nd level, because of the delicate nature of your style of casting, the process of learning a new spell takes 4 hours and 100 gold per level of the spell. Now, you can't just tattoo every spell on you. Unfortunately, you're still going to have a spell book, and, you know, it kind of sucks, but because we'll go over here in a minute. But it takes 4 hours and 100 gold per level of the spell. Unlike most wizards, and this is Arcane Canvas, unlike most wizards, you scribe your spells onto your skin instead of a spellbook. At 2nd level, you may choose one of your spells known to become an inked spell. This spell is constantly prepared and does not count towards the spells you can prepare daily. That is huge right there, because wizards are nothing but what their spells can do and bring to the table. And having a spell that's always prepared and doesn't count towards the number of spells you can prepare every day is huge. And you can even make it so that you're bringing more utility spells, because a lot of wizards will end up sacrificing utility spells for damage dealing spells because they want to be able to bring something powerful to the party. Or in the reverse, a wizard that wants to become more of a utility wizard and to help buff the party will sacrifice a lot of damage dealing spells. So this is really big. Like, it doesn't help a lot until you maybe get like level 6, so you can have like 3 spells. But this is huge. This is almost like a Ring of Spell Storing, which is an official D&D item. A Ring of Spell Storing allows you to cast so many spells into it, and it will hold those spells until you're ready to cast them. This is big. I love this. It could be considered a little OP, especially later on. I don't care though. It's a really cool homebrew idea. It's a really cool wizard idea, and I love it to death. Now, you may choose a new ink spell every other wizard level you gain for a total of 10 at 20th level. Once you have chosen an ink spell, you cannot change it. That just makes sense. Once it's tattooed on you, how are you supposed to change that? Again, like I said, kinda broken, but so much fun. You only end up getting 10 spells, and you have to pick, like, the way I would do this is, if I was the dungeon master and I had I already forgot the name of the class, like the subclass, an Atramentist. If I had an Atramentist in my game, I would tell them that once you become second level, you have to pick a spell, period. It doesn't matter if it's a cantrip, well, cantrip would be kind of stupid. It doesn't matter if it's a first level spell, second level spell, or what, you have to choose it. Then at 4th level, I would say you have to choose a new spell, it has to be done now. Well, maybe that's not fair. I mean, I'm just trying to see how you can limit it to make it fair, but not broken. Luckily, since I plan on playing it, I don't have to worry about it. But, I mean, that would be one of the ways that you can kind of make it not as broken. But at the same time, you are only getting 10 spells. And another way you could make it kind of not broken is they can't be spells with material components. So that can kind of restrict it. These are just ideas that I'm throwing out in case somebody sees this and goes, wow, I will never let that at my table because it's too much. And I'm trying to make it so that you guys can understand, like, well, okay, he makes a lot of sense. Maybe we can make it so that, if it has a material component, or maybe if it has a material component that costs so much money, you just can't do it. So those are just my ideas. But at 6th level, you get Enhanced Arcane. When you cast one of your ink spells, you can empower it in one of the following ways. You have advantage on concentration checks for the duration of the spell. Huge. Being able to have advantage on a concentration spell can be the difference between losing that spell or, having that spell go away from taking too much damage. That is big. I would make sure that I'm concentrating on one of these 3 areas, so let's go ahead and go with the other 3 and then I'll elaborate on that. You may reroll 1s on damage dice. Another big thing. And you gain advantage on a spell attack or impose disadvantage on one creature's saving throw against your spell. You can do this once per long rest. At 12th level, you may use this ability twice per long rest, and at 18th level, 3 times. Now, what I was talking about earlier is I would make sure that all the spells that I'm taking fall beneath one of these 3 things. Because I would want to make sure that I always either have advantage on concentration. So, like, if I'm going to be doing a lot of concentration spells where I need to be able to buff my buff my players, or maybe debuff my opponents, I want to make sure that I have all the advantages I need on concentration. So I would choose spells to ink on me that reflect that. Or if I was going to be more of an evocation wizard and be dealing a lot of damage, I would make sure to take the you may reroll 1s on damage dice. Same thing on the last one. If I was doing an evocation wizard, I would choose having advantage on my spell attack so I can make sure I hit, or having spells that impose some kind of saving throw on my opponent. I would make sure I was taking those spells so I can just make sure that because I wouldn't want to go with like a bunch of different spells and then have to pick. I would kind of more or less do the same thing for my spells that are tattooed on me. Just so I can kind of focus on one genre with my tattooed spells. But really good effect. I really do like it. Very, very good. A lot of this flavor is, such good flavor. I love it so far. At 10th level, your body is covered in tattoos and fortified by the Weave of Magic, granting you a +2 bonus to your AC and the following reaction. Detect magic. You can use your reaction to shield yourself from magical damage when you are hit by a spell or attack or are subjugated to an area of effect that spells that deals damage. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d6 plus your intelligence modifier plus half your wizard level. You cannot deflect psychic damage with this feature. Now, I'm going to read this again. You may use a reaction to cast to shield yourself from magical damage when you're hit by a spell, attack, or are subjugated to an area of effect spell that deals damage. Let me make sure. Wow, that is so broken. So, okay, the first part really makes sense to me, and I really like that you get a +2 bonus because you have put so much magic onto your skin that it's kind of like you're gaining a DR, but not a DR. Like your body is, like I really like this character that I had made for myself a long time ago by my good friend Crims Bacon. He kind of looks like a wizard that keeps tattooing himself and he keeps buffing because he's kind of like taking steroids where the magic is just imbuing his body with. It's kind of like when Spider-Man got bit by the spider. All that genetic information and everything just kind of like flowed into him and made his muscles and everything just go to exceptional human-like ability. That's what these spells are doing. And I really like that. The second effect, ooh, that is kind of broken. Anytime you take damage from a spell effect or a area effect damage, you can use your reaction, which you only get one per round, but you can use your reaction to reduce that damage by 1d6 plus your intelligence modifier plus half your wizard level. So you get this at 10th level, so that's 5. Plus your intelligence modifier, which, come on, we're maxing that out to a +4, so that's 9. Plus a 1d6, so the average would be 2 or 3, so let's say 3. You were becoming kind of like a barbarian for magic damage. This is huge! As a DM, because I do DM for several games, that is so, I like it, I love it, but I'd have to see it and play a little bit before I make a final decision, but I might make that once per short or long rest, because, that is such a cool effect, and I do like it, but it could be very, very difficult for a DM to actually like give you a challenge. I mean, you could just throw a bunch of physical stuff at them and then it doesn't matter. And I understand that. But if you want to throw anything magical at them, dang. Man, now all I can think about is having this character, not only with his tattooed spells, which are always prepared and don't count towards his prepared spell list, but having a ring of spell story and then having a cool staff, like a staff of power that had, oh my gosh, this guy would be so broke. Oh, I love it. I love it so much already. But that is Arcane Resilience. I really like it. Only thing I might tweak about that is maybe once per short rest or long rest. Maybe once per short rest because, you can only take so many short rests in a day, But let's go ahead and go to the last effect you would get at level 14, which is Tattoo Mastery. At 14th level, casting your ink spells is almost second to nature. You can cast one of your ink spells at its lowest level without expending a spell slot, so long as that spell is a spell level equal to 1/4 of your wizard level. Once you cast a spell using this feature, you cannot cast that spell this way until you've taken a long rest. So what's that pretty much saying is, like 1/4, like if you're level 20 divided by 4 is 5, so if you cast any of your ink spells at 5th level or lower, and, your ink spell can also be in your spell book, you just cast it for free. This is like the best wizard in my opinion. This is like... Oh, I love that. See, and I'm no joke. This is my art. This is my character. This is Bendis Silverheart. I've had this character made for a long time, and he just fits this. I was literally going to make like a subclass of Bard, or maybe even make my own class altogether for this character, but this fits him so well that I am literally going to make Bendis Silverheart a wizard Atramentist. And I am so excited to make it. I will probably make it on my day off, either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll post that. But wow, I gotta hear from you guys. Let's go ahead and read the author notes. I'm gonna skip the stuff about the other things, like the Hedge Mage and the Ritualist, because we haven't covered that yet. And I will probably be covering those, because damn, I am having fun with Homebrew Lesbian's content. It is amazing. She is a great homebrew creator. I love it. But the Atramentist sacrifices versatility for power and unique benefits linked to the fact that their spells are directly linked to their body. These builds aren't for everybody. This is just a general thing. These builds are meant for everybody, especially because of their unorthodox nature and particular playstyles, but I think sparks some great inspiration and versatility in the class. Special note in regards to the Atramentist, some of the balancing features can be glazed over in the text, so for your convenience, Arcane Canvas has to be one of your spells known. It is not an extra third spell every other level. Once you have used a spell via Tattooed Mastery, you cannot use that spell via Tattooed Mastery again until you get a long rest. Makes a lot of sense. I do like that. I did not find the Arcane Canvas has to be one of your spells known. Okay, so Arcane Canvas is how you cast the spells onto you, and it becomes one of the spells that you know. And that's how you get your ink spells onto you. Really, just exceptional. I am very much impressed. Great homebrew. This was a great homebrew heist. I'm really excited. Not gonna lie, Homebrew Lesbian, I am heisting this one, and I'm going to play this character at some point. And I hope I will be able to play it in a way that you guys can follow this character, because I'm very excited to play this character. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about the Atramentist? What do you think about Bendis Silverheart? And what do you think about Homebrew Lesbian and her content? I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great subclass for anybody looking for something maybe a little bit different to bring to their table for their D&D games. And again, thank you so much, guys, so much for watching. Why don't you head on down to that comment section down below. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you hit the like button if you like this video, and hit that little bell so you never miss another Moch Creations YouTube D&D video in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and for all you mortals out there, I will see you later. Bye-bye now.